a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
A half-blood of the eldest gods shall listen to this bonus show against all odds.
I'm Charlie from Cabin 13.
And I'm Ray from Cabin 12.
Bro. How fun is it when you, just figure out all the things you're gonna record for the next few months, and then, you have to move it all and change it?
Oh, son.
Right?
Oh, big boy. I'm so sorry.
It's so fun.
All of our Patreons now know who does all the work on the podcast.
We figured it out together. We were chatting about it. We're like, oh, we'll do it this one this time and this one this time. And then we're like, fuck, we can't talk about media now.
Indeed.
Yay. We don't talk about media.
No.
I'm also wearing my We Don't Talk About Bruno shirt right now. So
Indeed. You can't reference that. It's a struck work.
Shit. I don't know what my identity is right now. I can't do anything, actually. Literally can't. Okay.
We can talk about comics and video games and music. We're gonna be okay, man. We're gonna be okay.
See, that's more media that you consume. I consume a lot of the visual media.
Uh-huh, indeed. I'm so sorry.
So it's so hard for me. Okay, I'll just make quotes and, not tell you what the reference is. And that'll hurt me.
Great.
Okay. What the fuck? We finally did a classic again. We haven't done a classic in a while.
Well, I mean, we're kind of doing a classic. I don't know. I have not looked into how much of the words here are accurate.
Okay, I'm gonna say that probably a lot of this. I'm gonna say a large amount is probably. Does it say who translated this? Anyway, we're talking about the Odyssey.
We're
talking about
it
the fucking
seems
Odyssey.
A pretty one-to-one translation adaptation, I suppose is the word I was looking for.
Is it the author of it that were the person who drew it that also did the translation itself, or is who translated this?
That seems like that would be weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Does it say somewhere?
The
Anywhere.
copyright shit's in the very back.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm not seeing who translated it. Maybe it was just the person who drew it. Maybe they also translated it. Or maybe they're just doing whatever fuck.
You would think that information would be somewhere though, even if that is the truth.
I'm so confused. Anyway, this has been something that's been on our document for a while. We want to do classics and such. Yeah.
Sorry, I found in the notes at the back, it says that their favorite translation of the Odyssey is Robert Fitzgerald's, but in adapting and abridging to graphic novel format, they rewrote most of the material for brevity. So that's the answer as far as I can tell.
Okay. I'm what? Where is things? That makes sense. So yeah, we wanted to cover the Odyssey. We wanted to cover classics, but it's very hard to get through things. Especially when we're both ADHD people and neither of us are medicated at the moment.
Hee. It's been a long time.
don't we love healthcare in America? Yeah, so we read the Odyssey graphic novel by Gareth Hines. Yeah, it sure is a book.
There's a quote from Rick Riordan on the back.
Wait, did I miss that?
Gareth Hines brings the Odyssey to life in a masterful blend of art and storytelling. Vivid and exciting, this graphic novel is a worthy new interpretation of Homer's epic. From Rick Riordan, author of the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series.
How did I read through this entire thing and not see that in the back? It's because I never looked on the back. It's because this is a weird paperback that has flaps on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the synopsis, even though, why do I need a synopsis of the fucking Odyssey? I know what it's about. It's where it would be on a hardcover. So yeah.
It's a fancy book.
It's pretty.
I like
And
owning it now.
It's very good. I do like this. It's a good art style, and I want to know what was taken out, because I'm just like, this feels like it's about it. Like, if they took stuff out, it's like descriptions.
I think that they covered all the plot points. I think that they just, kind of
maybe
chopped
took out
and screwed it to go faster. And also, like, a lot of the storytelling is visual instead of word-wise.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel. Of course, you're gonna like take stuff out that way. I don't know.
Which goes a lot faster. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
from someone who does not know the story. It seems like they probably covered everything, because it all seems like like an actual Greek. Like, there's weird shit in here that you would not have put in if you were like doing a retelling instead of an adaptation. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, we've technically covered something that was the Odyssey, because you made us cover it that one point
2 times.
Yeah.
We watched Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and we listened to Ulysses Dies at Dawn.
Yeah. Although we can't talk about one of those things. So yeah, fun things. Hey, we read the thing. What do you think? Now that you know the full story, I knew this story.
I knew most of it, I think. There's definitely
the
some weird shit in here. Their moral standards are very different in the past.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mostly just have weird little thoughts. I don't even know what to think about, like, the story as a whole, because, like I said, I do already kind of know it. It's really interesting. I don't know if the framing device of, because it starts out with Penelope and with Odysseus's son, and then we kind of end there again after we learn about all of his travels.
Yeah, it's a fun time. This is one of those where it's like, it's a story within a story within a story within another story within another story. It just keeps going into flashbacks. It's like, yeah, it just keeps doing it, and it's very strange. And I know what's happening, so I know how it works. But it's also like, why are you doing that? Why did we have to talk to somebody else and who's going to tell us a story about how someone told them a story, and then like just keep going on from there?
I'm kind of fine with that, because I think that that's a really interesting way to, like, I'm sure that when you're doing like oral storytelling of like an epic poem, that kind of storytelling really makes sense, because then you're telling a story about a guy telling a story about a guy telling a story. Like, it all kind of comes back to storytellers.
Yeah. It's storytelling all the way down.
But in some ways it kind of spoils itself, because like Hermes is like, don't kill those cattle or else this thing will happen to your wife, and it's like, well, we already know that happened, so. Well,
you know what? I don't know how that works back then, and spoiling and all of that, but they're just like, whatever. Homer did things. And whoever
it's just
created
structurally very strange from a modern perspective.
Yeah. Well, do we want to talk about how it goes? I guess.
Yeah, what happens up in here? What happens up in
things. We don't even start with Odysseus. I do fucking love that, like, we do get the calling of the muses on like the first page.
Very important, very important.
Like, that is epic poetry shit. We need it. Don't care if it's a graphic novel. Who is this person talking to? Who is talking? Doesn't matter. We still need that. That's important. We gotta love how the gods are stylized in this like meeting about we gotta free Odysseus and all that shit. Like, I don't know, it gives me slight OSP vibes on how the gods are styled in this. Like, give them each like their color, you know?
Yes.
And like,
okay, so like the style here is very sketchy, especially on the people, and they all have like very fuzzy almost outlines of like a lot of different lines, and the gods all have one color that they use for their outlines, and they're almost like silhouettes as opposed to the way that the rest of the people are drawn in full color. And so when the gods are in disguise, they're a character in full color as a human, but they're outline is still their
Mhm.
godly color on the like sketchy silhouette of them, and it's very cool that they do that. I like it.
I do love it. I love it every time. Yeah. So of course we gotta start with like Athena wants Odysseus to be freed, yada yada yada. And again, we don't get to Odysseus first. We have to go to Odysseus' son. How do you pronounce his name? It's either Telemachus or Telemachus, and I'm not sure.
I feel like Telemachus is what I've heard anytime that I've heard it said.
But
I don't.
Both. I've definitely heard both. I'm gonna go with Telemachus because I think I've heard that more, but I don't know. Whatever.
So the relationship between Athena and Odysseus, I actually like love, because the way that she talks about him is not like her favored mortal or whatever. She's like, "Oh, my bro, Odysseus. Oh man, we gotta help Odysseus out." Like she's like, "That's my bestie."
Besties. Yeah, well, like, she loves a cunning, tricky man. That's what he is.
Yeah, of course.
That's all he is. Yeah, so she goes to, like, Telemachus and is like, hey, you gotta go help your dad. And, of course, Telemachus is dealing with the many, many suitors who were trying to get with his mom, Penelope, and it's not a fun time for anyone.
So the suitor thing is one of the things that is very wild culturally for, like, a modern perspective, because this, like, king has gone missing, and now there are just all these guys in his house, and no one can get them to leave, and they're not really supposed to be here, but they're not, like, not allowed to be here.
It's a hospitality thing, I think, is the issue here. Like, Greece is very much about, hey, this person asked, like, to come into your home, like, or you invited them, or what have you. Like, if that happens, then you can't, like, kick them out, or kill them, or any of that stuff. Like,
Except
it's very
you
strange.
can kill them if they've been harassing your wife for years, apparently.
Well, I mean, Odysseus wasn't in the house at the time that they came in. He's just like, what the fuck? You came in my house and tried to steal my wife. I was just out, you know, Warren.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird and complicated. And
well, Telemachus and Penelope do not want them there.
Yeah.
They, like, Telemachus is literally, like, telling them to leave, and they will not. Like, and he's asking other people to help get rid of them, and they're like, what? No, like, just make Penelope get married, and then it'll stop happening. And he's like, I don't want to do that. That sucks.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to either.
Uh-huh. Like, they're like, make your mom pick a husband. And, like, God, that's fucked up. So
yeah, I think the general consensus is that, like, there's a lot to say about Penelope and, like, how she doesn't have a lot of agency and all of that. She's just kind of, like, just here. And, like, she's the greatest, like, wife of all time because she didn't sleep with all these suitors or anything while her husband wasn't home. You know, there's like, stuff going on there where it's like, okay, sure. She can do what she wants. Maybe he was dead. He's been gone for, like, 20 years. I don't know.
Penelope is faithful this entire time. Meanwhile, Odysseus, the fucking hoe, is out here sleeping with immortals.
I think that's the better comparison. It's like, oh yeah, she's the greatest wife of all time. But, like, and then there's Odysseus who's, like, he's constantly crying about it, how he can't be with his wife, and yet, he goes and fucks all these ladies. He may not have chosen to be with Calypso, but he chose to stay with Circe.
Right, and that's really the only two, but, like, still, my god, dude.
Bro, don't cry about your wife if you were gonna leave her for some sorceress anyway.
That whole situation is also very weird to me, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, Telemachus is doing things. There's a sign from the gods. Where does he go next? He goes to a place. People are... I love that they're all talking about, like, other stories about other things in the Trojan War, which is very interesting. Like, you don't hear about some of these things in, like, the Iliad, because the Iliad is just, like, not the whole war.
Right.
I feel like we hear about, like, Agamemnon and how he died, like, 3 or 4 different times in the Odyssey. And, like, he's not even here. He's dead. He's already dead, but everybody knows the story of how he was killed.
Athena's here. She just keeps showing up
Of course
to,
she-
like,
of course she is.
give hints.
She's got to be here for her boy and her boy's son, who is also her boy. I think Athena's the only third that Odysseus is allowed, actually.
That's on his, like, cheat list or whatever they call it.
Yeah, like Penelope is like, okay, if Athena said, will you fuck me, you're allowed.
She
Anyone
won't,
else?
but
No. Exactly. That's how that goes. Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, he goes to
the
Menelaus,
chapter
that's
title
right.
says Sparta, so he might be in Sparta.
He is in Sparta. He goes to see Menelaus. They don't actually say her by name, but that is Helen right there in the veil.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I wonder if Ray caught that. They probably didn't know
Super
that
no.
at all, because they do not name her as being right there in the room. But yeah, no, Menelaus' wife was Helen. That is, yeah.
And Helen's the
Things.
one
She's
who
back.
recognizes him as being Odysseus' son.
Well, of course. He's got the family resemblance. I don't think they look alike, but okay.
So Telemachus has, like, never even met his dad. Like, he left for war when he was very young, and now it's been 17 years.
Yeah. There's like a whole backstory on how he was like an infant, maybe a toddler at the most, when Odysseus left. Odysseus didn't want to go to war, but the other guys were like, we want you to go to war, so we gotta trick you into doing it.
Fucked up.
By pretending to run over your child.
What? I know that we've talked about this before, but still.
Odysseus was like, I'm gonna pretend to be crazy so that they will leave me alone. But a crazy man wouldn't go and save his son.
He probably would, actually. I mean, really depends, but, like...
Yeah, it's very weird. But also just the fact that they were, like, gonna murder his son, basically.
Wow. All these guys are so fucked up.
Yeah, they really are. Greece? Why? Why? Why'd you do that? Okay, so
we
wait.
hear about Agamemnon. Agamemnon. There we are. I couldn't get my M's and N's right in that name there. Nah. He runs into the Old Man of the Sea, just like Percy Jackson.
I think that was Menelaus.
Oh, am I dumb? Okay.
I think that's still supposed to be Menelaus.
No, that is Menelaus.
I
just don't know any of these people's names.
That's fine.
Or who they
You're
refer
fine.
to.
Yeah. No, Menelaus is telling a story.
That I struggled so hard there and it wasn't even the right guy.
Yeah. They're brothers. It's fine.
Ah, yes, okay.
So Menelaus is, like, telling a story about how he came across this lady who's the daughter of the Old Man of the Sea. In this story, it's
blue lips. I think it's cute.
Yeah. In this story, he's called Proteus, but Nereus, Proteus, they're basically the same guy. They have the same powers. They're the Old Man of the Sea.
Proteus is in my OT3 in Sinbad. If we ever watch that, I can't talk about that. That's struck work.
Ray, stop giving me things to cut out.
Shit.
Okay, so this is kind of gross. What they have to do, they have to hide in seal carcasses or some shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, but then of course these guys just have to, like, hold him while he's changing into these forms, and then he'll tell him stuff.
The artist drew him as, like, a half seal guy. He's got, like, whiskers.
Yeah, at first I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, wait, because he's with the seals.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm
makes
down for
sense. Yeah, so wait, what did he want to know exactly? Just if he could go back home and if he would make it, that's it. And if everybody else got back home. So I'm gonna give you some backstory here. So one of the guys, Ajax, did not make it home. Because he drove his ship on the rocks. I'm pretty sure that's because Ajax raped somebody during the war.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But you know what? He got his due. I'm glad. I don't remember what the fuck happened there, but I know it wasn't good. Agamemnon, Menelaus' brother, he was killed by his wife's new boyfriend.
Also unfortunate.
He kind of deserves it. I don't like Agamemnon. Again, so much backstory here. He killed his daughter so they could sail to Troy because the gods needed a sacrifice. And so his wife was like, oh, fuck you. Oh, I hate you so much. Yeah. And she goaded her boyfriend into killing him.
Valid of her.
And then her son killed her and her boyfriend.
This story is important to the rest of the Odyssey because they keep bringing it up because that's why
constantly
Odysseus can't just go home because there's all these guys in his house who will murder him.
Yeah, so many like people.
Even when he gets home, we have challenges.
Yeah, exactly. So all of this stuff happens, and then the guy's like, oh yeah, and then Odysseus, who is like with Calypso. Mm-hmm. That's it.
He can't leave, but that's all that's happening there.
That's all we know of at the moment. Yeah. Oh, is this? Okay, so yeah, then we go to Ogygia, where Odysseus is visited by Hermes. Love this cute little man. I love Hermes in this. Also, I love Calypso. Like she's hot.
She is hot. This is true. She just wants to fuck this old man so bad. And
she really does. Like, she's hot, and then she's just like, man, this old guy, I've been fucking him for 7 years. Why do you want me to get rid of my boyfriend? I really like him, even though he cries a lot about his wife. Just let me keep him. But also, she does speak some truths here. I do love this, where she's like, why do the gods not want us women to have mortal lovers? What the fuck? The past couple times that it's happened, they all got fucked with. What's up with that? But also, she's kind of still not good.
No, she is keeping a man here against his will.
Yeah. And then they fuck. But she says, hey, go get some wood and build yourself a raft. I'll, have a place for you while, you do that. Bye. And then he leaves and almost dies.
Yeah, he has a very harrowing journey.
Yeah, because Poseidon's like, fuck you. You thought you could go back on the ocean? No. That's not happening.
Poseidon is on the cover of this graphic novel, but he really doesn't appear very often in the story, like, at all. I think this is, like, the only time we see him where he's like, Odysseus on water, not on my fucking watch.
I think he's in... I want to say he was in there when we get to Polyphemus, but
probably. Yeah,
this is, like, the big moment where it's like, that's actually Poseidon. He's a green man, just, like, giant on there.
I go to Ethiopia for 5 minutes, and fucking Odysseus is on the ocean? Fuck all y'all. You think you can pull the wool over my eyes?
That's basically what he said, too. I feel like, okay, when I was reading it, I was just like, I think Poseidon's lines are heavily edited. But just the way it reads, like, I go off to Ethiopia for 5 minutes.
So, I go off to Ethiopia for a few days, and the other gods decide to release Odysseus. That's literally the line. We'll see
about that.
Oh my god!
Like, come on, that's edited. Okay. Also, we see a mermaid who is probably, like, married. She saves him from drowning. And I don't... It was significant, I guess. And then he lands on another island! Yay!
There's a lot of pain in the swimming here.
Yeah, there's a lot of swimming, and a lot of half-naked man. And this is where we meet Nausicaa. Is that struck work?
I was just about to fucking start, and then I stopped myself.
I'm just gonna keep that in there. It's her fucking name, like...
Yeah.
That's where they got it from. Okay,
which I never knew, so...
I did. So yeah, I'm also pretty sure she's supposed to be younger than she appears here. Because this is a lady, and I thought she was supposed to be, like, a child. I could be wrong. So she finds him, is like, hey, go take a bath. I'll get you some clothes. Go see my parents, and we'll help you get home. And that's basically what happens. Also, people question whether he's strong enough for 5 minutes while they're having some games.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you don't think I'm strong enough?
He's like,
And throws a
bet.
discus like so fucking good. There's a lot of another cultural thing, which is people offering to help bathe him, and then he's like, I'm not worthy to be touched by lovely women. I will bathe by myself. And like people are like, oh, you are so honorable, sir.
No, this
that has
is a
happened
normal-
several times.
This is a normal cultural thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm
That's how I am all the time. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not worthy.
Beautiful women are always
You can't
offering to
bathe
bathe you. It's just like a significant way for them to like show the character of Odysseus, and not even his character, because people always compliment him for it, so he's also like manipulating people because people are always talking about how well spoken he is whenever he's like putting himself down. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, did you also know that he's like a great grandson of Hermes?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he is. Through one of my favorite little known mythological figures, Autolycus, who was a thief.
Nice.
What does he do? He tells the story of how he got here. Because of course we had to do that. The fact that it's book 9 and it's like Odysseus, the story begins.
Right? You think of the Odyssey as being the great journey, like that's like the whole way that we reference it in the modern time, but that's like probably under half of what we actually have in this book is his tale.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if you take out everything with Telemachus and then you put everything in order, maybe, because it's not even in order. It's Odysseus like telling a story again within a story.
Right.
So they sail from Troy.
There's mechanical dogs at the outside of this city. I just wanted to mention that. He looks at them like every time he passes by.
I wonder if we'll see those again in some other Rick Riordan book. And you know what? It'll be like 10 years by the time we get there. It's fine.
They never do anything in this book, which I think is weird. They're just there.
Sometimes there's just a mechanical dog, and that's it.
They're so fancy.
You know?
I do like ancient Greek hospitality. They keep saying that all beggars are watched over by Zeus, and that it honors the gods to help beggars, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Why don't we have
you got one thing right, ancient Greece. Literally one thing. You know, they invite him into their homes and like feed him and, you know, trade stories, and I'm like, can you imagine modern society? We would never.
Modern society, if we did that, insert the meme. Like the beautiful utopia thing.
Right? Literally.
If we just invited people into our homes if they needed help.
Anyways, moving on to the actual story.
Did they just fucking leave? Just fucking leave? I feel like some people had to, I can't word things. I can't fucking word.
They sacked a city. C's are like K's, right? Caesones?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Odysseus is like, alright, we sacked it. Let's get out. And all the other guys are like, nah, we're partying. And then people come by to get revenge while they're partying. And then they have to sail away.
Well, of course. Okay, I definitely, like, either I missed that somewhere else or whatever.
I'm on page
I was like
91 or whatever.
Yeah, no, that might have been something that, like, Menelaus said or something before, where it was like they had to, like, do a sacrifice to the gods before they left or something.
Oh.
I thought that happened.
I do like page 88. An old man is telling an old bard is singing stories.
Oh yeah. That's how they get into this.
Yes. And when he's singing, they just do it as like a smaller comic page inside of a speech bubble on this comic page.
It's so meta.
Yeah, it's delightful. The first one that he tells is about Ares and Aphrodite cheating and getting caught in a net by
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
And then the next one is the Trojan horse.
And then Odysseus gets sad. The first one he liked, and then he was like, oh fuck, not the Trojan War. I was there.
Yeah, he was. Poor Odysseus. So they left fucking Troy. Shit happens. Hey, look, they came to a Cyclops cave.
Lotus Eaters
they're
happened. We all know that.
Yeah, that's right.
Cyclops.
There was like a page of Lotus Eaters.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think Odysseus is a fucking idiot. Because he literally, his crew's like, hey, we should like just steal some stuff and get out of here. And Odysseus is like, wait, I want to meet who this place is. Like, whose home is this?
And normally he would be right, judging by the rules of hospitality. Like, normally stealing is wrong, but in this one case, actually.
The one time you didn't need that thing.
Odysseus is very confident and curious. Like, when shit is actually going bad, he knows when to dip. But, like, when something's just interesting, he always wants to check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And this particular time is, like, the one time in the story when that, like, goes so fucking bad.
I'm sorry. I just noticed that the Cyclops has nipple piercings.
He does, yes. It's delightful.
God fucking damn it. Okay. So, yeah, he does the whole, oh, I'm nobody! And this Cyclops is eating his friends. And then he gets him drunk.
Visually
and he pokes
upsetting.
him in the eye.
Yeah. This book is very
What?
graphic.
You don't like seeing the poker in his eye?
Oh, no, I was talking about when he bashes those guys' head on the rocks and then eats them. Just snarfs them down. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, you know. But they don't really show the sex. They'll show this, but they won't show the sex. I'm sorry, I want to see it.
You want to see the sex? I was thinking there was a lot of like hot lady and like revealing titty. I don't think we actually
get revealing
titties, but you get implied titties a lot.
You get the kiss, and then you get they're in bed, and that's it. Yeah. Fade to black. Come on. Why do we have to see the blood and the gore, but we don't get to see the titties?
That's American society for you.
I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, so fucking Odysseus almost gets out of there and is like, hey, guess what? I'm Odysseus. Fuck you! And
that I think is really funny, that he yells and then gets a rock thrown at him. And his crew are like, Odysseus, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. And then he does it again.
Yep. And then the Polyphemus is like, ha, I'm Poseidon's son. And he's gonna fuck up your life now. You're welcome.
Now he receives that curse that we already heard about earlier in the story.
Yeah.
Because of the framing device.
Yay. Alright, so we go to, Aeolia. Home of not a god, but the king Aeolus, who's the Lord of the Winds. He has a bag of winds, I guess.
They live on an island that is walled all around with bronze. I like the visual of that. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. This place seems so weird. It says right here, he had 12 perfect sons and daughters, whom he had married to each other, and they lived at ease within their bronze palace, feasting all day long. Like,
yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what a weird place. Good for them, I guess.
As long as they're happy.
I mean, honestly, sure.
So, okay, this is so fucking sad. Odysseus is like, I sat down for a minute, and then all of my exhaustion... Oh my god. I want to talk about a thing! Oh. Does my family count?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The Americans are striking right now, so I don't know about Japanese works, but like voice actors count, and anything that has been adapted into English. But
fuck me and fuck
but
my
at
life.
The same time, it's not originally a property. So like, who knows? I mean, I watched the fucking subs, so but who worked on giving me the subtitles? I don't know. So, they probably weren't actors.
I don't like this rabbit hole. Okay. So it is like something that happened in a work that I don't know if I can talk about. But hey, literally just like sits down for a second and falls asleep and is just unable to like do anything. Like, relatable, man. So
Yeah, big
fucking
mood.
relatable. Oh my god. I'm not gonna like podcasting for a while now. So what happens while he's asleep? Everybody fucks shit up. His people just, like, open up the winds because they're stupid.
Yes. So the idea is that all of the winds have been harnessed, and only one of them is allowed to go out, which is the one that's going to blow them to the right spot. And his crew is like, he probably got gold in there, he just doesn't want us to look at it. So while he's asleep, they open it and release all the winds, and then suddenly, they're being blasted all around, and he's like, well, fuck. We were so close to home, and then y'all fucked it up.
Yep, and they go right back to Aeolia, and this king's like, you're cursed? Get off my island. Like, I can't help you.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he literally did, like, give them a way to get right home, so, like, he ain't wrong.
Yeah, so they sail off again, and where do they end up? The Laestrygonians' island. And they, don't hit him with cannonballs. They hit him with rocks. So we go to a different island. And hey, look! This island has a nice house.
The Laestrygonians is where he loses, like, most of his people. Like, he had a whole fleet or whatever, and then it's just one boat of guys left. And then all those guys are about to get slowly picked off for the rest of the tale.
Yep, literally. So, it's a nice island. It's got a nice house, and hey, there's a lot of pigs and a sexy lady. Nothing can go wrong here.
Of animals, I think that we are too obsessed with the pig thing culturally, because it sounds like she just turns them into whatever.
Possibly. I mean, we only see them turning into pigs.
But all these other wild animals who are just, like, chilling out around her palace, I thought that
maybe those are just real animals.
Was certainly could be the case, but
the act of being as house pets doesn't mean that they're people. It could just mean that they're comfortable. So yeah, Hermes is like, hey, take this special herb, and she won't be able to turn you into pig.
Right. This is another time when Odysseus is confident and curious, perhaps beyond his means, but the gods help him out and kind of fix the situation. Because his men are like, don't go up there. All the other guys disappeared. And he's like, nah, I can save them. And, like, it actually does work out. It works out exceedingly well. Like, way better than I would have ever expected or thought was plausible or made any sense. Because it's...
Yeah. What if it just ended here? What if this was it? What if he just did stay with Cersei?
I mean, he does for a year.
A full year. He's like, yeah, I was comfortable. Why not?
It's again, just so weird to me that this is what she does, because she turns all these men into pigs, and then a guy threatens her with a sword to release them, and then they just move into her house, and she sleeps with him, and that's what she does for a year? I don't feel like I understand the motivations there, but okay.
The motivation is men are pigs, but you know what? He's got some balls. I'll fuck him.
Okay.
I don't know. Women. Anyway. That's all I had to say. Listen, my favorite GIF is just the women. Anyway. So what does Cersei say when he finally decides I have to go home? You have to go to hell. Sorry, you have to go to the underworld. This is so cool, actually. I think this is my favorite sequence.
Yeah, it is. The lighting has changed. Everything is very gray. And they, dig the hole and put some blood in it, just like Nico. They don't have McDonald's yet in this world.
No, they don't. It's just blood. Was there even food in it?
No, it's
just blood.
It's the blood of, like, a lamb and a goat or something, and they put it in a hole.
Okay, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
animal blood.
It's so well drawn here. Like, all the spirits are walking up and they're all, like, skeletal and spooky, and then they drink, and the only color on the page is, like, the blood dripping from their mouths.
Yeah. Listen, I kind of love it. I fuck with this.
Yeah, I adore it. It's so fucked up.
So, the first guy he sees is some dude who was on his crew that just, like, fell off the roof and died.
Yeah! He's like, I saw you yesterday. What are you doing here?
I
He's
got
like,
drunk and I...
Can you go back and bury my
died.
body? I kind of fell.
God! Favorite random character from the Odyssey, this guy. Elpenor.
Oh, Elpenor.
He made it so far, and then he got drunk and fell off a roof. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
Well, but this is because he has to go and speak to Tiresias.
Yes.
The blind prophet. This dude.
They don't mention that he's blind here, but he should be.
Well, he is. You know? That's just who he is. He's the guy who literally told Oedipus, "Hey, dude, you fucked your mom.
Yeah,
that's your mom right there."
Probably a bad call, my dude.
Yeah.
We all know Tiresias. We all know his great deeds. I think that the artist made a mistake to draw him like looking at stuff.
Yeah, probably. This is also the famous dude who hit some snakes and got gender fucked a few times. You ever want to trans your gender? Hit some snakes with a rock.
Hot tips.
No, this is also a pretty cool page with like the bull. Or the
It shows us the two paths that Odysseus can take. Either kill some bulls or don't. And he tries so hard to go for the don't, which is the better timeline. And yet, it does not work out for him.
Yeah, not really. He also talks to a few more people, like his mom. Hey mom.
He did not know that his mom was dead.
No, he didn't. He talks to Agamemnon, fuck you, who's literally just like, don't let people know you're home.
Yeah. That good old warning.
And also Achilles is here.
He gets to tell Achilles that his son did good in war, and Achilles looks really happy.
And then he, like, goes too far, sees a bunch of people being punished, and is like, wait.
Yeah, he, like, sees into the depths of hell for a second to, Tantalus and Sisyphus, and he's like, oh, I gots to get out of here.
I do have to say, I'm very confused. So I think the person in the chair is Hercules, because that's what it says here. I saw the mighty Hercules. Why are we saying...
I don't understand the scorpion tail there,
Roman name. Yeah! Why scorpion tail? What the fuck is up with that? When did he get this? I want to know. Tell me your sources.
I don't know. But Orion fights a scorpion, right? And he's sort of pointing his bow at the guy in the chair. He's a constellation here. I don't know what's happening in this image.
So Orion is a constellation? Like that is a thing? So I was like, that's very cool that like...
Right, yes,
If you have to see him in the underworld, he's gonna be in his starry form because he's also a constellation. But, like, I don't know, it's weird implicating that, like, the scorpion, maybe it's supposed to be hiding behind the throne or something.
But it really looks like the guy in the chair just has a scorpion tail. I really don't know.
Also, the scorpion that Orion was fighting is also in the stars.
Right. I'm just confused.
I'm like, there's so many layers of confusion right here from this one image. So thank you, Gareth Hines, for that. Okay, so we get to Scylla and Charybdis. We get to the Sirens. It says Scylla and Charybdis on the title, but we also get to the Sirens.
They pass by the Sirens real quick.
They're naked ladies. We don't really see titty. I'm so sad.
They show you most of the titty. We see
They're
titty.
also not bird women.
They should be bird women, yes.
I'm very upset. I'm glad they're at least not mermaids.
But yeah, they're just some ladies on a pile of skeletons.
Ladies. Which is also great. I fuck with this image as well.
And Odysseus does the thing where he ties himself to the mast, just like Annabeth.
Yeah. Also, we get a flashback to hey, this is a frame story of Circe telling him how to do things. Because that's all this is.
He doesn't tell the crew that since they're avoiding Charybdis and have to go by Scylla, that at least 6 of them are going to die. He's like, I'm standing here with my spear. If there's anything I can do, I will do it. There's really nothing he can do. They just have to row as fast as they can so that the 6 heads will each only get 1 bite.
Yeah, also, Scylla is fucking terrifying.
Oh yeah, they give her
Like-
like human, like Caucasian skin, and then just like these horrible like little heads.
I don't like it.
No, it's so ugly.
I'm moving on. Yeah, so where are they now? Helios's cattle, his crew
he's like,
ate
don't eat the cattle. Just don't do it. I know that we're stuck here because Poseidon won't let us leave. It's been a month. We're out of food. Don't eat the cattle. And what do?
They ate the fucking cattle. So
I mean, the guy is not fucking wrong. Okay, Eurylochus, his statement is that we all fear death, but death from starvation is the worst. So, and so that we don't die pitifully on the beach, we'll have some cattle, we will make sacrifices to Apollo, and ask for forgiveness. And if he destroys us, then at least we'll go down fighting. That's his speech here. And I mean, he kind of got a point. But no, it goes real bad.
it does.
The cattle skins are crawling away, and the meat is mooing on the stick. And they're like, maybe we made a mistake.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have done that, guys. So, of course, they go back out again. Odysseus is the only one to survive the shipwreck.
Right.
And he's just on driftwood forever until he gets to Calypso. But
Yeah.
hey!
That is not even half of the story, because there's quite a bit at the beginning. So it's just a little middle chunk of this graphic novel that is actually about his like sailing journey there.
You
with all
mean
his
just a
dudes.
middle chunk of the actual Odyssey?
Right. I just think it's interesting, like
Yeah.
what gets emphasis in our modern culture.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, wow, that sure was an Odyssey, but like the actual Odyssey is like a lot more than just the trip home.
Yep.
And then we get to the other frame story, because not only was he talking to Circe, but hey, look, he was also talking to like that king, Nazca's dad, like a while back. That happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets home. That's it. He gets home. These people like literally just give him a boat and take him home. And he's still sleeping, so they just, like, leave him on the beach.
Yeah, they just, like, carry him out on a
It's kind of fucked up.
And then he's, like, it's all, like, misty, and he's like, oh god, where am I?
But his bro is here.
Hell yeah.
His bro Athena is like, hey, you're home. Also, I'm gonna disguise you as an old man.
Yeah, she really does just talk to him like a friend. She's like, oh, look at you, sleepy boy. It's fine, you're at your house. Like... let me get you set out.
They are besties. Absolutely. Yeah, so he goes to see an old buddy, but like, you know, he's disguised, and he's like, huh, I bet you Odysseus is gonna come home soon. Nah, he's not gonna.
Yeah,
No way.
This is a guy who works for him and is very loyal to him.
Yeah, exactly. But he won't tell anyone that it's him. Also, Telemachus comes home.
Yes, people were trying to murder him, but the gods helped him so that he didn't die.
Yay. So this is also the first time that Odysseus is seeing Telemachus in so many fucking years. But yeah, reunion, except he doesn't know. No one knows. We don't talk about things. Until Athena comes around.
Plans.
Yeah, Athena has to come around when it's just Telemachus by himself and not the swineherd guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hey, you're Odysseus again? Go hug your son and tell him to make the murdering plans. Yay. And they do that. Also, yeah, Penelope is alerted that Telemachus is home. Good shit. These suitors are still assholes.
They
I
don't
still
want
hate
to give
them.
hospitality, which is how you know that they're, like, bitch-ass rude boys.
No, Odysseus is made back into an old man again. And he's chilling with the swineherd. And, hey, guess what? They come across the dog.
The dog scene? Like, you never hear any other things about this dog, but it's still so sad.
Like, the Odyssey is one of those things that would be on that website, does the dog die?
Yes, the dog does die. And Odysseus
The whole
can't
point.
go see his dog before he dies, can't comfort him. But Athena picks his soul up and carries him off, and I'm like, oh, thanks, bro. Why are you so nice?
I feel like that was added in. I feel like that's not in the
Oh,
actual
no,
Odyssey.
I
It's definitely
100%
not.
do. I
Like,
like it though. Thank you.
She just took him to
Good
dog heaven.
Athena took him to dog heaven and he deserves it.
She's
Thank
not
you,
a
Athena.
psychopomp. Like, that didn't happen.
Yeah,
but
no,
I love it.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if dogs even have souls in Greek mythology, but like,
I'm so
down.
glad. Thank you.
It's like that comic where they're like, was I a good boy?
Yeah!
And the Grim Reaper's like, no, you were the best. And I'm like, anyways.
Don't make me sad. I'm already too sad. Okay, so Beggar Man Odysseus comes into his own home, and all the suitors are like, fuck this guy. Fuck beggars.
There's at least one or two who are like, decent.
Yeah, but still, there's all of that. And then once again, he has to be like, hey, I'm actually like super strong compared to this young big guy.
So this guy is also a beggar, but they draw him fat just to show off that he's like not a good beggar. Because clearly he doesn't really need food, even though like poverty does lead to weight gain in a lot of folks. Anyways, I have thoughts about that. Thoughts and feelings. But he does just beat this guy up.
Well, I mean, we had to have another one of those times where Odysseus is like, I may be an old man, or even older looking old man than I was, but I'm still fucking strong.
Yeah, he takes his shirt off and they're like, oh, I see he's fucking ripped. Sorry about that, dude. You're gonna get it now. Like, he was so calm, and then...
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, so some people are nice to him around this place.
Amphinomus, son of Nissus, wishes him good fortune and brings him something, and he's like, you should get out of here, man. This ain't a good look for you.
Yeah, seriously. He also sees Penelope, but once again, in disguise.
Indeed.
It's fine. And he's telling everybody, like, so many lies about who the fuck he is. It's so funny.
Yeah, it is. My man's smooth. He's smooth with it. His deception modifier, excellent. Hey, what's his D&D class?
Well, would he not be a rogue?
I'm almost feeling bard. Like, high charisma, storytelling. I don't know. But no, he's also a great warrior, though, which is not what they are known for. So I'm not
He's
sure.
a multi-class.
Yeah, entirely possible.
Is he a bard fighter?
I'm honestly down for that. That kind of slaps.
That might be it. Okay,
sorry, nothing to do with this, but Achilles barbarian.
Absolutely. Fuck
he
yeah.
rages. Yeah.
He does. But he does have blah, 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 blah. I can't think of words. Armor proficiency. Yeah. He does have armor. Unlike most barbarians, I feel like.
Yeah. I think I remember that being a thing.
Okay, so Penelope leaves the room for a second, and one of the maids, servant people recognizes Odysseus by a scar on his leg.
Because, again, with the foot washing, she's the only one who he would allow to bathe his feet. And she noticed the scar, like, on his inner thigh that she remembers him getting as a lad. And he's like,
can't tell anyone, I need to be a secret for now, please.
The art
don't tell my wife.
Him just, like, grabbing her whole face, like, shush!
Yeah, I was taken aback for a minute when I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Penelope wants him to interpret her dream, and it's what's gonna happen. It's foreshadowing.
It's literally the world's most obvious dream. Like, I'm used to the Bible, where it's all, like, 5 layers of symbolism or whatever. It's not actually that complicated most of the time in the Bible. But no, the dream is, like, these fat geese were beside my house, and then an eagle came and killed them. And then the eagle said, I am your husband, and I have killed all of your suitors. And then she's like, whatever could it mean? That, like, literally spells it out for her.
Penelope, why are you so dumb?
No, but she's not dumb. She's just like, I guess I know what it means, but I don't believe it. Like, do you think that could be true? And he's like, maybe. And she's like, no.
See, I want to imagine here that Penelope is also, like, the silver tongue, like, Odysseus, where she's just like, I know that, like, there's something going on with this old man, actually. So I'm gonna tell him about this thing
we do
to see his reaction.
her own,
you know?
like, cleverness. Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Yeah, that's how I want to envision Penelope.
She's definitely also a schemer. Like, we already have established that she did the thing where she was, like, weaving his
Yes.
burial shroud and then was unweaving it overnight. And she pulled that off for 3 years before they caught on. So, like, she's smooth with it also.
She's so good. Also, once again, Athena be like, hey bro, go to sleep.
No, this scene is so cute also, because, like, he's just, like, laying down and she just, like, you know, leans on her elbow next to him, like, hey, what's wrong, dude? And he's like, the odds are so bad. Even if I win this battle, then all their families are gonna want to kill me. And she's like, you worry too much, my dude. Other people are way more trusting, even of other men. I'm a god. You don't trust me? I got your back. You're gonna be fine.
I love their friendship.
Yeah.
Bros.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so it's the morning of the day. We all know what's gonna happen now. All these guys are dicks, and hey, guess what? Penelope also has a plan for bringing out something that her husband used to do.
Yes.
Which is, like, he has this really, really cool bow that he strings, and then he shoots an arrow through axe heads.
I was so
like,
confused by
me
what
too
that-
for a second.
Yes. But the
I was like,
visualization makes so much sense.
It does.
So these are double-bladed axes, and the axe head has a hole in the center where the shaft would go, like if it had a handle on it. And so he's shooting through the 12 holes. And, like, there's a little visualization of them, like, lining them up with a piece of rope through all of them to, like, make sure that they're perfectly aligned. And I'm like,
I didn't even get it when we saw that. It wasn't until he shoots the arrow through it that I was like, wait, that's okay.
He's not, like, breaking the axe heads every time, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what my brain said at first. Like, what do you mean through the axe heads?
Yeah, exactly. It's through the holes. The really tiny holes.
So, his son tries stringing the bow first, and he's having, like, a little bit of trouble with it, but, like, maybe he's gonna do it. And then his dad, like, coughs behind him and shakes his head, and he's like, oh, I guess I can't do it. Which
totally
I thought was a cute little scene.
Yeah. So then, we gotta have every other person try to do it. Huh, this is some Excalibur bullshit right here. Everybody has to have a turn. And then, let's have the old man do it. You know? Why not? No way he could do it. Absolutely. Don't care if he's jacked or anything.
Page 208. My favorite shit in the entire book right here is, Penelope's like, yeah, the beggar can try. And Telemachus is like, why don't you go up to your room and I'll take care of all this. And then behind Telemachus, Athena gives her a little wink. And she's like, oh, okay. I'll go to my room. Like, thanks, Athena.
No, actually, that was Athena saying, like, I'll meet you up there.
Oh my god. Charlie, please?
Listen. They can be platonic. They can just, like, chill and hang out and do their nails while the men kill each other.
Charlie, I know what your gay brain does.
I know.
Athena's a maiden goddess. She can't be out here having threesomes with her buddies all the time.
You know what? Some ace people do like sex. Oh my goodness. So he does a thing. Like he does it. Somewhere between Achilles shooting the arrow, and it, like, fully going all the way through, he becomes... Did I say Achilles?
You did say Achilles. I was about to say.
Between Odysseus doing that and he becomes Odysseus. Anyway, there's too many Greek things in my brain now.
So Apollo he has also warned a couple of his servants. By showing them his leg scar also. So, like, they're getting prepped to, like, murder all these dudes.
Yeah. Also, he's gonna murder some servants who were not loyal to him. Afterwards.
Yeah.
So they do some...
This whole shit is, like, so fucked to me. I know. Different cultures. But, like, even So he shoots the first guy, and then the other guy's like, okay, so look, that guy was in charge. The rest of us, we see now that what we were doing was wrong, because you're not dead and stuff. We'll leave your house, and we won't bother you anymore. And he's like, fuck no, I'm killing all of y'all. And, like, there is this bloody fucking battle for pages and pages in here of just him and his son and these two other servants of his just murdering the shit out of these dudes.
Yeah, murder.
With Athena's help, you even get the Aegis, with the Medusa head, like, scaring the shit out of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, the one problem I think I have with this is that, he's not fully naked.
I'm sorry that he can't be naked for you, Charlie.
It's not for me. It's for the fact that I'm pretty sure that's how it is, like, in the text. I'm pretty sure I heard this where he's supposed to be fully naked while he's murdering all of these people.
That does sound correct, but also, I'm kind of glad that he's wearing clothes in this graphic novel. For me.
Yeah, just for you.
Not that he's not like a hot old man, but I don't need dick and balls generally.
Yeah, it's fine.
I haven't mentioned that I do really like Odysseus's design. You know, they don't skimp on making him an old man. They weren't like, we need a prettier protagonist.
Yeah. It's like, hey, he's old.
He's been doing shit for 20 years, like.
Yeah. Also, after they're trying to kill all the people, there's a few people at the end, they're like, wait, don't kill that person, they were good.
Yeah.
Like, leave them alone.
Okay, so this shit is fucking ghoulish to me, because there's these maids who betrayed his wife's, like, thing earlier of the unraveling, and so they point all of them out, and they make all of them take out the dead bodies and help burn them, while they're all, like, sobbing, and then they tie them up and murder them, one by one. And that is so fucking horrifying to me.
Just a little bit. It's not great, but now, Odysseus takes another bath because he's gotta keep taking baths.
I mean, he was covered in blood and shit.
Yeah.
Probably also shit. When
actually,
you die, sometimes you defecate.
True. So, we have to have the bed thing, which is very important.
Yes! Penelope, she's so fucking smart.
Yeah, again, she's like, oh, I'll bring in Odysseus' bed. Bring it out. And Odysseus is like,
I'm not sleeping with him, because I don't know if that's my husband.
No! You can't fucking do that! I call bullshit!
She's
objection!
Like, did somebody break our bed? What are you talking about? You can't move it. It's a tree.
My brain wants to say that that's an Ace Attorney thing. Just like, objection! No, that couldn't happen! I'm pointing out the flaws in your logic. Anyway.
That is some Ace Attorney bullshit. Like, this bed, one of the posts is a tree?
Exactly! See, there's a reference I can make.
You're so correct.
And then they fuck. Sadly without Athena.
God.
They were thinking about her the whole time. It's okay.
And then all of those guys that he killed, their families come by to kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, and he goes and gets his dad.
Yeah, he does. He goes and gets an actual old man.
And they hug and it's so nice.
Yay! Laertes is still alive. So they almost like do some killing and some murdering. But then
one guy
fucking
with a spear.
Yeah. And then Athena is like, no, we're done.
Athena says,
stop
fucking
it.
Chill.
She's like, we did the murdering. We're done with the murdering. Okay? I supported him in this. I cannot support my bestie killing more people. We did it. We're good. And then he lays down his sword. And that's that. And even Athena's in like the last like thing where they're shaking hands.
They're like, shaking hands, and she's just like chilling.
Anyway, they're the besties. And that's why Poseidon is so mad at him.
Oh right, I forgot their feud.
That's why.
He's
okay,
like, you like that guy? He's a dick. He poked out my son's eyeball.
Yeah, seriously. Well, this is probably the longest bonus episode we did.
Oh yeah, it's huge. We should probably stop now. But I liked talking about it. I like talking about art. It's cute.
Maybe I'll make this a 2-parter or something. We'll see. But yeah, the Odyssey, does it slap? Does the Odyssey slap, Ray?
I don't know. I enjoyed reading it. There's a lot of weird shit in there. Again, I will say.
You know what? I think for the most part, at least, this graphic novel adaptation by Gareth Hines kind of slaps.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit in here and weird shit. Cool and weird. I had a great time.
Yay!
Maybe it does.
We did it. Maybe it does. I don't know. The scorpion tail? Still the only thing I can think about forever
Hey,
now.
Gareth Hines, explain yourself for this one panel.
That's it. That's all I need to know. What is happening? Well, bye.
Bye.
Dave X Media.